Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Thursday, April the 6th, the year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Trading with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal. Walmal, we just had the unemployment numbers come out, and you just gave me a piece of news there, Mr. Cronkite.
Which piece?
You said about
Oh,
Russia.
the Russia. Yeah, Russia went and has declared a hot conflict with the United States. I don't know what that means. Doesn't mean they declared war, but essentially, I think that because of the stuff going on in Ukraine and the United States and NATO and a lot of other countries have been, providing, aid to the Ukrainians. They've decided to go and move nuclear weapons closer to the front lines and declared that the United States has caused this. You know, I'm not going to get into who's right, who's wrong. That's for some political analysts to figure that out in
Right.
years to come. But but at the same time, it's certainly going to cause some movement within the markets. It's a big news story. So it'll be interesting to see what this does to the market. You
Yeah.
know, the equities as well as forex.
So right now we've got price crossing above the 20 line, coming off of that daily low. We're definitely in the rat zone.
Yep, we are definitely in the rat zone. We're right now what about on my charts anyway? We're about 5 pips off the bottom for the
Yep,
day.
that's where we're at.
So yeah, so and then I know you like looking at the M30 and how far the M30 has drifted off of the EMA 5, and on my charts anyway, we're about 23, 24 pips off of that.
Right.
So I don't know if we're going to get a reversal here. And the only reason why I say that is just because we've sat here for a while now, being somewhere between 19 and 25 pips away from it, and it hasn't really collapsed at all. We've had a couple of attempts to run back up, and then it collapses back down again. So it's showing that the dollar is very, very strong for whatever reason against the pound. Um, and that's the thing. We have these rules out there, that say that okay, when it gets 18 pips, 19 pips away, start looking, and that's the key thing. That phrase of 2 words: start looking. It doesn't mean take the trade. It means start looking. Look for your method. Look for everything else to line up, and then you can take the trade. And so, like right now, for me, I got a buy right now, coming out of a flip flop box, coming out of a state change, and so I went long just right like 10, 15 seconds before we got onto this video. I'm now underwater by like half a pip or so, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's now you're in the wait and manage the money stage.
Exactly, because that's all I can do. I can't do anything else, and this may work out, it may not work out. I don't know. Um, in one sense, was this a foolish trade to take? I mean, look at how strong that down movement was. Well, the thing is, strong movements do come to an end, and so, I like to trade reversals, so we'll see what happens, and we'll wait it out. I may take a loss, and I know that my money management's in place. That if I take a loss, I'm not going to go and hurt myself, and we'll see what happens. And that's the key to all of this. Make sure that whatever you do, you don't hurt yourself. So just so everybody knows, for frame of reference, I went long at. Let me look this up. I normally don't look at the actual price. I went long at 24.21.
24?
So, yeah,
Yeah, 24.21. Okay, yeah, I see you.
yeah. So, so I'm underwater by several pips now, and we'll see what happens. And I'm probably starting to think, okay, unless this candle the next candle comes and recovers a little bit, maybe time to go and bail out and trade and take a loss. But we'll watch and see.
Yeah, we got a 1-ball, 2 M1s ago. So to me, that's always a stopping point.
Right.
Because you see on that particular candle that put on a 1-ball and then it reversed and actually closed bearish. So.
Right.
And then I guess that unemployment news, I guess, was good for the dollar, even though they had more unemployment than expected.
Yep. All right. So now I'm back at my entry point. And if this candle doesn't do something, I'm probably just going to scratch the trade and say, hey, it's not doing what I expected.
Well, actually, I'm surprised you're not entering again because you've got 3 dots in the flip-flop box.
Well, I don't want to enter at the same level.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Well, sometimes I've seen you do that before, though.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced we're done with this downward move, so that's kind of in the back of my mind right now.
Well, actually, you said you were in at 21 or 24.21 because you could have just been in at the 20, but that's only 1 pip away. I guess that's too close.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's a little bit too close.
There you go. There's your 3rd dot.
Yep. Okay, price is coming to a halt here. It's stalling out. We're going to give this another second or two. There we go.
Yeah, look
and I'm out.
Oh, there you go.
I got 2.1 pips on that after I paid my commission.
Nice.
So, and that's what trading should be. And as you saw what I went through there, you saw my emotion there too, because I'm sitting there when it went against me. I'm starting to think, okay, may have to scratch out of this trade, and now my emotion could be, oh, look at all those pips I left on the table. I left 2 or 3 pips on the table.
No, you left the line. They brought out a new pot of shrimp. Remember, there was no more shrimp in the tray when you left.
The other thing is they can look at it. My plate was full.
Yeah.
And my plate was full, and I left the line because my plate was full. Yeah. But the great thing is, it's a buffet, and I go back up there as soon as I finish my plate.
Yeah. You can always get back in. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what trading is. You just got to keep on doing that over and over again. And as the expression goes, rinse, wash, repeat, and then you just got to keep on doing it. And it's boring sometimes, but emotionally taxing all at the same time.
Yeah. And now the EMA is still minus. It's still 20 pips away from indicator 2 there.
Yeah, I'm about 20 pips away as well on my broker. So it's got a ways to go. My gut is it's going to go back up to the 50. It's going to challenge the 50. Reason being is because you've got all those return bars on the way down that have not been completed. And so, the market likes to complete those bars. If you want to call them imbalance bars, you want to call them return bars, I don't care what you call them. But the reality is the market tends to like to go back in and fill those areas in. Does it do it every time? No, it doesn't. But it loves to do it.
Yeah, probably. You called 50. It looks like 24.48's a 50% retrace off of the 3-ball fibs. So we'll see if it gets there.
Yeah, and it may not do it on this run. It may just do this run where it ran up roughly 10 pips and they come back down 5, and then and then go back and run up another 10, 15. That's just market movement, and that's how the market likes to move.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what it's going to do. If I did, I'd be really wealthy. But just like anybody else, I take losses.
So yeah, it hit that psycho line, crossed it, and then came right back down.
It puked.
But on a 2 ball.
Yep. I know you like to go and just bail out on a 1 ball as soon as you see it.
Right.
But I always look at it. I look at it a little bit differently than you. It's sort of like, well, eventually I got to get a 2 ball or a 3 ball, and the only way I can do that is I go through the 1 ball.
Right.
And so, if it's going to recover, it's going to recover. Or if it's going to expand in a particular direction, it's going to expand in a particular direction. Like, for instance, on the way down, on the 1 minute chart, you see that big drop that we just went through. Just about every one of those candles had a 1 ball on it, and eventually they turn into 2s and 3s.
Right.
But, and that's the only way you can have expansion in a particular direction.
Right.
But I understand where you're coming from, because so often you go and put in a 1 ball, and the market has this reaction to that of, okay, we've moved too far too quickly. We need to consolidate. What's actually happening is orders are being caught up. And usually by the big institutions, they're being caught up. They're being backfilled in, and so that'll cause the market to go back in the other direction a little bit. And sometimes that little bit could be, for us, huge. That little bit could be 5, 10, 15, even 20 pips. And that, generally speaking, for us as retail traders, that wipes us out of our trades, because that's, it's on the other side of our stops.
Right.
But for a big institution, movement of 20 pips is nothing for them. They don't care. They just, all they're trying to do is consolidate their money.
Right. So we had another 2 ball put in, and prices moving back down again.
Yep.
In fact, it came out of a flip-flop box there at the 24, and actually it came back down to 24.21, which was your entry. You could have jumped back in and picked up more pips.
Yep, I could have. Unfortunately, I was looking at the daily chart at the time, so I missed that trade.
Right.
And that's a good point. I was looking at the daily chart because I knew that we were below the yesterday's wick. I was wondering how close we were to the bottom or catching back up into that. And the problem with going and looking and doing things like that is you miss trades. And, it's like, that would have been a good trade to go and take, because, you could have easily picked up another 2 pips on that trade.
Right.
What I'm measuring it right now, could have gotten, 2.6 minus commission, so it would have been a nice little trade to go and take.
You had a flip-flop box setting up here, but it has to go back up to 28.3.
I went short. This is not my trade usually.
1 ball.
I'm out. I picked up, after commission, I picked up 2.4.
Nice.
The reason why I said it was not my trade normally is because I only had one magenta dot. I didn't get my second one, and I usually want 3, but it just looks like to me that it's starting to set up a little bit of a range here. So I just wanted to go and capture it on the way down.
Right. So, fellow traders, we're just about out of time here. So hopefully maybe you picked up something watching us trade and call out what we think at the moment and why we do what we do. Because remember, when you're trading, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.